I don't say this lightly. This is how you do a live action adaptation of an animated feature.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you happen to be new here. This is going to be my review of the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, directed by Dean DeBluis. Sorry if I butchered your name.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It goes without saying, a lot of live action remakes aren't necessarily the best. There has been a track record of some that are good, some that are passable, some that decide to tell a different variation of the classic story from its animation counterpart. This movie is not that. This movie happens to be everything I was hoping for it to be. This, of course, tells the story of Hiccup, who is a scrawny Viking living on the Isle of Berk, and his world completely changes when he encounters Toothless as a Night Fury dragon, and they begin to form a bond that will not only reshape the island and the people around them, but the world as a whole. It's a classic animated movie that spawned 2 sequels and a series. And for me, the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, the original trilogy that is, still holds up as one of like the best animated trilogies of all time. That's a personal opinion. Your opinions will vary. I was skeptical to a certain extent when they decided that they were going to do a remake. I was very happy to see that the original screenwriter and director, Dean DeBluis, sorry again, was reprising his duties to helm this live action adaptation. Like most people who are usually concerned when things are remade, especially animation classics, that the movie holds up to the original or treats the original with a certain level of respect that some have not done. Very happy to say this movie is fantastic. It does not try to remake the wheel. I bawled like a baby. I will say that you might be able to see some of the tear marks on my eyes, just with certain scenes that were recreated beautifully in this movie. Unlike other live action remakes that I have seen, this one feels like it not only treated the original material well, but it also enhances the original material, if that kind of makes sense. The writing, the dialogue, like nothing really changed between the animation version and this live action iteration. So for it to work as well as it did, for it to invoke the same sort of emotional response in me that the original did, just goes to show you that the original is damn near a perfect movie. You stick dragons in there and you have a story of coming together, realizing we're not so different from each other, and just forming a bond that is so damn touching and sweet. It just invokes emotion out of me, which is fantastic. I thought the characters were performed beautifully by their acting counterparts. I was a little concerned when I first saw who they got for Hiccup, mainly because he's a good looking guy. And I remember the animated version, he doesn't get his glow up until like the second or third movie. So I was like, is he gonna pull this off? And he pulls it off really well. I really enjoyed re-seeing the bond form between Hiccup and Toothless. Those scenes were probably the ones that invoked the most emotion out of me. My favorite scene, of course, is the first flight scene with Toothless and Hiccup, where they actually learn to fly together. I literally had that Jeff Goldblum moment from Jurassic Park.
You're dead. You crazy son of a bitch, you're dead.
It just, the tears ran down my face for it. There were enhancements to this version in terms of like certain scenes and interactions with characters expanded upon, which only strengthened the original iteration of it and just made this a little bit deeper for me. It does not take away from the original, which is fantastic. If anything, it, like I said, it makes me appreciate how good the original was and how well that they did bringing that to live action. Initially went into this thinking, okay, they're just gonna do one and that's fine. And I was like, you don't have to redo the other 2. Coming out of this movie, I damn sure would be excited to see them redo 2 and 3. as long as they, you know, keep the same tone, the same story script. They don't try to change it too dramatically, which is always a fear I have when it comes to retelling something in live action. A lot of times directors will want to make their own mark on certain things, and you tend to lose something that made the original special if that original one was so well regarded. I mean, some things that get remade, sometimes the remake does it better than the original, and a lot of times it's vice versa, where the original still surpasses whatever they tried to redo. Rather, it misses the mark, or misses the story that it's trying to tell, or it misses its soul. Whereas this movie, it doesn't lose the soul of what made the first movie so special. I don't know if this is true or not. I heard that there was like an interview he did, and like the reason he decided to do this version or do the live action version is because he didn't want anybody else to mess it up. And I agree. If that is true, I wholeheartedly agree. You did a fantastic job. All the actors, people to portray these lovable characters, even getting Gerard Butler back to play Stoic, I think is fantastic. Gets him out of having to do a bunch of direct to streaming movies and stuff like that, so good for him. I would, and I'm surprised I'm saying this, I would actually be down for them doing the whole trilogy in live action again. They recreated Toothless so damn well. He's still adorable, still a big old puppy dog. It was just really well done, and I was not expecting to get as emotional as I did watching it, but I did. It was just because I didn't feel like it was cheap, like anything from the original was cheapened. If anything, it was just refined, and it's like if you're cooking, you add just the right amount of seasoning to it to truly enhance the flavor of whatever it is that you're cooking. It complements the original so well, but it also it allows for a younger generation to really appreciate something that a lot of us my age got to experience way back when the first movie came out. I can't say enough of how good this movie is. Does it change the story? Absolutely not. So if you've seen the original, you've seen this one. But I'm going to stress this right now, and I don't usually do this with videos. Go see this movie. Please go see it. It is so well done. My hat's off to everybody who was able to translate the animation to live action so well. I was really happy. And when it comes to some of these remakes, very trepidatious going into them, but I'm pleasantly and so happy to say that this is a fantastic movie, and you should definitely check it out. So if you haven't seen the live action version of How to Train Your Dragon, I do highly stress that you go check it out. If you have, let me know what you thought of it. If you thought it held up to the original, if you thought it complimented the original like I feel like it complimented, let me know all that stuff in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for checking out this and all of my videos. I really do appreciate it. Do check out some of the stuff I've posted recently. I'm very happy with how a lot of it turned out. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed yet. I do reviews, reactions, live streams, whole bunch of stuff. I just like to have fun on this channel, so hopefully you have fun watching what I do. You can follow me on most social media at DGeekWill, and YouTube is probably popping up a couple things right now on the side here that you should check out, so please do. Just, enjoy time with the people that you love. Have a wonderful day, and until next time, I will catch you later.